Hello, this video is a video introducing you to our main system, which is the Carefoit system. Some of you guys would have, who have attended the meetings, would have been given information on how to access this system. And you would have heard some of this again, so you can use this as a reminder for yourself. So firstly, this system that we use is different to the system that you use for your logging in and logging out. The system that you use for your logging in and logging out is called CM2000. That is the system which the social services has access to, and they can observe you what logging in and logging out. The system that we are looking at now is our main system. It is called Care for It or Care for IT. Now, this system is where we put all the information about the service user, and basically it's where your rosters are created, and the information from this main system gets sent to CM2000, which is why you're able to see your shifts on the CM2000 application. Now, the system that we're going to be showing you now is not an app, it's a website. So if you don't have connection, if the service user doesn't have connection, you will not be able to access it. And just to clarify, even after showing you the system and you start using the Carefoit system, you will still need to use the CM2000 system to log in and out. You will still continue using the CM2000 system to log in and out. You will then use the Carefoit system for everything else. Now, firstly, as an introduction, you would have received an email from CM2000 that looks like the one that we're looking at right now. It will say Carefoit password reset. It will be sent from Life Care Professionals, and it will come to your email. Now, the first thing that you will see is that there's a password and a link. The letters in blue writing where it says please, I'll highlight it, please use this system next time you log in. The blue bit that says Carefoit is a link to the system. So what you need to do firstly is to copy your password, and then you click the Carefoit link, the little blue link, and it will take you to the Carefoit system. Now you will enter your username, and then you can put the password that was on the email in the password section. Now please remember to click on the remember me, so that next time you come to it, you won't need to put your email and password in again. It will remember it, and then you press sign in. Okay, now it will take you to this system. Now I don't have this is a test support worker. I don't have any shifts today, but I believe there was a shift created yesterday. Yes, you can see that. Now, firstly, what you will see is that this test support worker has shifts for a test service user. Actually, before we go into that, you can see at the top there's the date shifts for, and it tells you which date the shifts are for. Now, if you press the blue arrows, you can go backward to see your shift for the previous day, or forward to see the shift for the next day. Okay. Now we are doing this on the 26th of February. So what you will see there is the shifts for this service user. If you go forward, I'll be able to see my shifts for tomorrow. That's the 27th, but I'm interested in the shifts for just today. Firstly, you will see all the different shifts for the day. You will see the different kind of shifts. So there's personal care, shopping, domestic, and escorting. Now, firstly, if we take the first shift, which is a personal care shift from 8 to 9 a.m., when you click on that, the first thing that you will notice is some information about the shift itself. You can see that it's for the service users test. It's from 8 o'clock to 9 a.m. and it's for personal care. So these are the line. This is the area that we're looking at the moment. Okay, now this part of the screen, you can see that this test service user is what we use to show you guys how to do your logging in and logging out. So we've put that information here, but usually what will happen, what you will see in this section is information about the shift, what you're supposed to do for the service user. Okay, now you can see here at the bottom here that there's 6 different tabs: address, task, notes, contact, documents, and meds. Let's start first of all with address. Okay, now when we do the address, Mr. Test's house is our office basically, and you will see a map, a Google map of our office. So that should help some of you guys to be able to find your way to the service users. Now, below the map, you will see the full address, which is Office 10, 4th floor, Boardman House, which is our office address. Obviously, that's where your service user's address and full postcode will go. Below that, over here, below that, as you can see, in that line is the information on the key safe. Now, condition of the house and the cohabitation. Now, I need to remind you that this system is our main system. Some of the information that we have on it is information that needs to be updated. Basically, you guys have the knowledge of what is happening out there, and we need your support in able to be able to update the system and ensure that the information that we have is accurate. So, if, for example, you know that your service user has a key safe, but on our system we say that there's no key safe, I need you to email LiveCare on professionals@live-care.co.uk or text your coordinator. Likewise, if you see that the condition of the house, we say that the condition of the house is good, but you think that the condition of the house is bad, we need you to inform us by emailing professionals@live-care.co.uk or texting your service user. Again, cohabitation. This means how they live in, who they live in with. Okay, by default, the system says that the service user lives alone. Now, if the information that you see for a particular service user says that they live alone, but you know that they live with someone, that their family or their son or their daughter, we need you to email us on professionals@live-care.co.uk or text your coordinator. So one of the main things about this system is the ability for the information that you have to be entered directly into the system, or for you to be able to see what we have on the system and help us to ensure that we have it correctly. Okay, so the next tab after address is tasks. Now these tasks relate to essentially personal care. It doesn't mean that you will do all of the tasks, because for example, not everyone that we provide personal care for needs medicine. Okay, but these are just reminders of some of the general normal kind of things that happens with personal care. So if you've given a service user a bath, strip, wash, or shower, click yes. You've toileted them, yes. Change pads, yes. Meal preparation, yes. Say we're not involved in medication prompting. Let's say, for example, put down no. We completed the communication sheet because we must. Medication is not completed because we're not involved in medication prompting. For this example, and we've completed the fluid and food monitoring chart. Okay, so there will be different ones for different types of shifts, but it's just a way of prompting information. Once you enter this, it comes straight into our system. Now, notes. Notes here are notes that can be added directly onto our system. You can feel free to use this. However, it is important to understand that the main area of sending information back is through the record observation function on your CM2000 app. So if it's a choice between putting information on the using the record observation function on CM2000 and putting the notes on the system here, we would prefer you to use the record observation function on the CM2000 app. But you can feel free to add a note here as well if you want to. So you just press the plus, add notes, put your information in. So, for example, I've put down this information here, and I've pressed the add note. That will go straight into our system now. Okay, so feel free to use that, but make sure that the main area that we use for notes is a record observation function on the CM2000 app. It's important because when we record observation on the CM2000 app, the local authority can get to see it as well. Now, the next tab is contacts. What you should be able to see as standard on this tab are three things. Firstly, the GP information, pharmacy information, and the next of kin information. Now, we're working to do this by the end of February, which is very soon. For most of your service users, you should be able to see at least those three contacts. Now, by the start of March, if you go to contacts and you don't see this, again, email us on professionals@life-care.co.uk and or text your service user, text your coordinator to say that you don't have the contact information that you need to have, which is the GP, the pharmacy contact information, and the next of kin for the service user. Now, the next tab is documents. Now, what you can see here is the care plan. The care plan has the most recent information that we have on the service user. So if, for example, you're going on a cover shift, it is important that you have a look at this care plan before you go, so that you can ensure that you know what's happening when you go there. Now, if we scroll through, what you can see again is the name of the service user, the address of the service user, information on appearance, ethnicity, everything that we have. We would have details about the access, the history of the service user, various different things like the dietary needs, any other information, lots of their goals, objectives, things like that. Now, what we need you to do is to be able to look through this care plan, and if there's anything that we have on there that is incorrect, once again, we need you to inform us. We need you to let us know by contacting your coordinator, texting your coordinator, or emailing us at professionals@life-care.co.uk. Okay, now one of the beauties of what we're doing here is that we need the knowledge that you guys have about your service user. We need to bring it into the system. So this is a system that allows you to interact with it directly, so that we get the correct information about your service user. We get what you know about your service user, so that we can provide the best possible care that we can for the service user. Now, the next tab is the most important tab in terms of this demonstration. It's called the meds. Now, once again, if what should happen on this tab is that if you're involved in medication for the service user, all of the service user's medication should show up here, okay, in exactly the way that it is on a dosage box. So it should have the exact name that you have on a dosage box, and it should have the exact dosage that it has, and the instructions about how it should be taken should be on here as well. Firstly, if you come into this system and you see that you know that you're involved in service user medication, but we don't have the service user's medication, what you need to do is take a picture of the service user's dosage box, making sure that all the information on it is clear, and send the picture through to us. Either email it to professionals@life-care.co.uk, or you can text the information or WhatsApp it to your coordinator. If just likewise, if we have the medication there, but if there's any information incorrect about the medication, e.g., like it's the wrong name, the wrong dosage, or anything like that, we need you to do exactly the same thing. Take a picture of the blister pack, make sure the information that on the blister pack is clear on your picture, and then send it back to us either by email on professionals@life-care.co.uk or by texting it to your coordinator. Now, assuming that we have the information about the medication and that it is correct, when you're given medication, you need to come onto this tab and put information in about the medication that you're given. Okay, so for example, here I want to give 1 tablet to this set of this Carefoit, which is to be taken 1 every day at breakfast. There's a slight bit of error here. It should say 1 to be taken 2 times per day breakfast, but it's at the top above it says 1 to be taken every day. So again, this is an example of the incorrect information that we're talking about. If you see something like this, you should let us know. Okay, now I want to give 1 tablet, then I press this gray box and the options come up. 3 options: administered, prompt, refused. Now, administered means that you've seen the service user take the medication. You have seen it. It's happened in front of your eyes. You've seen them open their mouth, swallow their medication, and it's gone in. Okay, so that's when it has been administered. Prompted is when, let's say, you've put the medication into a cup for the service user, but you haven't seen them taking it. But they say that they will take it slightly later, maybe after you've gone, but you haven't seen them take the medication. So what you know is that you've prompted it, but you haven't seen it. So if that's the case, you select prompted. Refuse means that you've tried to get the service user to take the medication, but they have refused. They're not going to take it later. They're not going to take it at any point. They've just refused to take their medication. If that's the case, you select refuse. So let's say for the first one, I've observed the service user called Mr. Test take their medication. I'm going to say that it's been administered. And then I'm going to press update. So there's 1 tablet here, administered, here, update. Okay, now it'll give me the information that MAR is updated. And once again, what you can see here is a little sign down there to say test support worker with a green tick on it. Now the next medication is this digoxin. Now I want to give 1 tablet. And I want to administer it. This time I haven't seen him take it. I've seen him prompt it. And I press on update. Okay, and the MAR chart has been updated. Now, what you can see is that initially I saw the service user take the medication on Monday. So there's a green tick. The first medication, the Carefoit, is a green tick because the service user, we said that it was administered. Now, The second medication, we said that it was prompted. We said that it was prompted. Now, what's happened is that obviously you can see a yellow exclamation mark in the box here because we haven't seen the service user take the medication. So that's a bit of an alert for us at the office. Okay, once again, if you haven't seen your service user take it, you should be informing your coordinator as well. Now, the next one is the furosemide 20 milligram tablets. Now, I want to give one tablet, but on this occasion, let's say the service user has refused to take the medication. Now, I've selected refuse, press update. Tells me that Mars updated. So again, you can see that there is an exclamation mark where the service user refuses medication. That will come through to us. Okay, so let's go through the rest of them. We say administered, paint. Okay, one tablet, prompted, paint. And the final one, one tablet, administered, refused, update. Okay. So the other thing that you need to be wary of is that it says that this medication should be taken at breakfast. However, it is in the evening when I'm updating this information. So it's gone on to tomorrow's MAR chart. It's important that you update this MAR chart when you're at the service user's house, at the point that you're providing the shift to the service user. So you have to update it whilst you're with the service user and at the time of your shift. Okay, so that information will come through to us, and if we have a problem with someone who's not compliant with the medication, we can deal with it nice and early. That's the whole aim of this EMAR chart. Now, just to be very clear, for the meantime, we want to complete both the paper MAR charts and the EMAR chart. Okay, the idea is that the EMAR chart will overtake the paper MAR chart in due course, but initially we want to use both the paper version as well as the EMAR charts here. Now, if you have any issues with any of this, you need to come and, when you're doing your supervision with your coordinator, it is very important that you bring this up so that they can go through it with you and what you need to do. But we need to start using this with immediate effect. So if you're involved in providing administering medication to your service user or prompting medication with your service user, and you go to this screen, this medication screen, and your medication doesn't show up, we need you to take a picture, and we need to put the information about the medication on the system so that you can start using it straight away. I hope that is clear for everyone. Once again, if you have any queries, please don't hesitate to contact your coordinator, who should be able to help you with your query. Thank you very much.